Lesson 2.4 The Pulley. Warming up. Go through the following mazes and try to link them with our lives. For example, storm, hardships that we face in our life. Now, owl has to be matched with wisdom. Rose, determination. Tree, life. Clouds, sorrowful moments. Bouquet of flowers, beauty. Waterfall, strength. Mountains, honor. Sunrise, hope. Question 2. You may have often indulged in talking to yourself audibly. Oh dear, why didn't I get up sooner? Let me finish this quickly and then I'll be free. How silly of me. Why didn't I think of it before? Such expressions are called dramatic monologues. Imagine and write monologues suitable in the following situations. It is your birthday next week. The answer will be, you can write your own answers. I wonder what gifts I'll get. I hope my brother gives me a phone. You have been waiting long at the city bus stop. Answer, oh, now I shall be late for school. Your final exam results ought to be declared tomorrow. Answer, I wish it were after a week. Your mother has been chatting for very long on the telephone. Answer, this conversation would never end. When will I get a chance to do a phone call to my friend? Question number 3. The pulley is a mechanical device. Try and write down places where it can be used and for what purpose. Answer, to draw water from a well. You can also write, it is used in lifts. You can also write, it is used in theatres and auditoriums to open curtains. You can also write, it is used to lift up heavy objects at accidental sites or construction sites. Now coming to the poem, The Pulley. George Herbert, 1593 to 1633, was a Welsh poet. He was a priest by profession. He wrote religious poems with a lot of imagery and conceits. The poem exhibits a strange but two-way relationship between God and his worshippers. Though he has bestowed his worshipper with all his blessings, somewhere he holds them up with a pulley drawn to be grateful to him in all our endeavor. God gives so many precious gifts to the devotee, but at the same time, God also expects something in return. What does he expect? Why does he withhold? Why does God withhold? The pulley shows how God lifts man towards himself with a pulley of restlessness. What is distinctly metaphysical about the poem is that a religious notion is conveyed through a secular scientific image. Now, before going to the poem, just listen to me. This poem uses the extended metaphor of a pulley to explain the reason why man is always restless. The poet wants to unveil the truth that why human beings are so restless and unsatisfying despite having all the things he wants. Now, coming to the first stanza of the poem. When God at first made man, having a glass of blessings standing by, let us, said he, pour on him all we can. Let the world's riches which dispersed lie contract into a span. Riches means wealth, bounties. Dispersed means scattered. Contract means collect together. Span means small space. Now listen to the explanation of this stanza. After God made this universe, he gathered all the blessings of the world in a glass and distributed them to the human beings one after another. Now coming to the next stanza. So strength first made a way, then beauty flowed, then wisdom, honor, pleasure. When almost all was out, God made us stay. Perceiving that alone of all his treasures, rest in the bottom lay. The meaning of perceiving is noticing, otherwise becoming conscious of. Now, coming to the explanation of this stanza. First, God gave the strength. Therefore, human became strong enough to survive. One by one, God gave them the beauty, wisdom, honor, pleasure, and many other blessings. When almost all was gone, God kept rest at the bottom of the glass. Coming to the third stanza. For if I should, said he, bestow this jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gifts instead of me and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So both should losers be. Now coming to the explanation of this stanza. God said to himself that if he bestowed this gift, that is rest, on his creation, man would love and worship only the gifts of nature and would not love the God who had created all the things in nature. Thus, both God and man would finally lose each other. Now coming to the last stanza. Yet let him keep the rest, but keep them with repining restlessness. Let him be rich and weary, that at last, if goodness lead him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast. The meaning of repining restlessness is continuous anxiety due to dissatisfaction. The meaning of weary is very tired. And the meaning of toss is throw close, otherwise bring close. Now, coming to the explanation of this paragraph. God let man retain all the other gifts, but at the same time, he left man restless and continually anxious and dissatisfied. He thought that man should be rich with the abundance of gifts, but he should always remain tired and restless. God reasoned that only then, at the end, if the quality of goodness did not lead man back to God, sheer fatigue, that is tiredness, would draw man back to God's heart. What did God's glass of blessings contain? God's glass of blessings contained gifts such as strength, beauty, wisdom, honor, pleasure, other treasures, and the gift of rest. What would the human being do if God gifted him with rest? If God had gifted human beings with rest, they would never remember God, since they would have nothing to long for or to feel restless about. This is because self-satisfaction and contentment would have made human beings feel complete and contented, and might even prompt them to think that they themselves were God. English workshop. With the help of the clues, pick out words containing the letter A from the poem and build a word pyramid. An article. So fill the first box with letter A. A preposition. In the first box write A, in the second box write T. At. Past tense of lie. Write L-A-Y, lay. Maximum length of your open palm. Write span, S-P-A-N. Make much of. Write adore, A-D-O-R-E. Loveliness. Write beauty, B-E-A-U-T-Y. In place of. Write instead, I-N-S-T-E-A-D. Collection of priceless valuables. Write treasure, T-R-E-A-S-U-R-E. Restlessness and discontent. Write weariness, W-E-A-R-I-N-E-S-S. Now coming to question number 2. Choose the correct alternative from the following. First one. Herbert's poem, The Pulley, displays dash as the two main themes: origins and morality or spirituality. So the Answer is this. Now coming to the next one. The summary of the poem, The Pulley, is dash. Find two correct statements from the given alternatives. Fourth one and fifth one. To remind man about his creator. And fifth one. Fourth one is to remind man about his creator in his exhaustion. And the fifth one is God pulled man towards him by making him restless and weary. So these two will be the answers. Now coming to the next one. In the poem, the pulley is considered a gift to mankind. Also we can write the fourth one, an image by which God compels people to become devout. Now coming to the next one. D. Dash is an example of pun from the poem. Rest in the bottom lay. Now next one. E. Dash is an example of paradox from the poem. It will be the third one. A statement containing an apparently absurd contradiction which is found to be true is a paradox. Now coming to F. Dash is an example of synecdoche from the poem. Fourth one will be the answer. Synecdoche is part for the whole or whole for the part. Dash is an example of alliteration from the poem. Third one will be the answer. Repining, restlessness. Here there is a pleasant repetition of sound characterized by the letter R. Dash is an example of inversion from the poem. Second one. The normal order of the words is suitably rearranged for the sake of emphasis or rhyme. Coming to the next one. The rhyme scheme of the poem. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, A, B, A. Look at the poem. You can understand the rhyme scheme. See, man, keep it as A. Buy, keep it as B. Can is rhyming with man. So again, A. Then lie is rhyming with buy. So that will come as B. Then span, it is rhyming with man. So that is A. So the rhyme scheme will be A, B, A, B, A. Similarly for other stanzas also it is the same. You can check it out. Now, let us come to the next question. Discuss and answer in your own words and write in your notebook. The poet has used the word rest thrice in the poem. Write what the word implies in each of the 3 lines it occurs. The answer will be rest in nature. Put a hyphen and write, give importance to, enjoy the benefits of. Give importance to, put a comma and write enjoy the benefits of. Now next one. Let him keep the rest. Put a hyphen and write the remaining gifts. Within brackets you write except the gift of rest. Then in the next line you write put dot 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 rest. Put a hyphen and write contentment, contentment, contentment. Put a comma and write satisfaction. Now coming to the next question. What does God want in return from man for the gifts he has bestowed on him? Answer. In return for the gifts he has bestowed on man, God wants him to lead a life of goodness and to keep on adoring the God who has been so generous to him. Now, coming to the third question. Why did God withhold the gift of rest from man? Answer will be rest makes us feel satisfied and contented. When we have rest, we do not desire anything in more. We will not remember God. We do not desire anything more. We will not remember God, our Creator, or seeking His blessings. Hence, God withheld the gift of rest from man. Once again I say, rest makes us feel satisfied and contented. When we have rest, we do not desire anything more. We will not remember God, our Creator, or seeking His blessings. Hence, God withheld the gift of rest from man. Now coming to the next question. Besides those given in the extract, what other gifts has God blessed mankind with above His other creations? Enlist them. Answer. Besides those given in the extract, God has blessed mankind with an abundance of creations of nature, such as trees, the birds and animals, the fruits and the flowers. He has bestowed on mankind the power of speech, the ability to read and write, and the use of language. He has also given every human being a brain which has invented so many things, right from the wheel to the computer. Now coming to the next question. When does man generally turn to God? Give one example to support your response. Answer. Man generally turns to God when he is in trouble or is facing some difficulty. I know a friend of mine who didn't believe in prayers, but when his father became sick, we were all surprised to see him praying to God. You can write your own example to support your response. Now, question number 4a. Discuss with your group and justify the title of the poem, The Pulley, in your own words. Write the answer. The pulley works only when it is pulled by someone's hands. The poet has given the poem the title The Pulley to express the idea that only when man is discontented and restless. Despite his abundance of riches and graces, he'll be drawn towards God. Just as a pulley draws something from a lower level to a higher position, man's thoughts will be lifted towards God, his creator. Coming to the next question. Pick out 3 lines that contain the monologues of God. Answer. First one, we have to pick out 3 lines. So write the first line from the poem. For if I should bestow this jewel also on my creature. The second line will be, he would adore my gifts instead of me. The third line will be, if goodness led him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast. Coming to the fifth one. Pick out 2 lines that contain the following figures of speech. You have to pick out from the poem. You can see in the poem these 2 lines. Let the world's riches which dispersed lie contract into a span. Right for antithesis. Let the world's riches which dispersed lie, then in the next line, contract into a span. Write these 2 lines. When 2 words or ideas of opposite meanings are put together in a sentence, it is known as an antithesis. The mere presence of 2 opposite words does not form an antithesis. When 2 words or ideas of opposite meanings are put together in a sentence, it is known as an antithesis. Now coming to the next question. For alliteration, you can pick up this line, but keep them with repining restlessness. But keep them with repining restlessness. Here there is a pleasant repetition of sound characterized by a letter R. Coming to the next one, inversion. The first line will be, let us, within brackets, said he. And the second line will be, rest in the bottom lay. Rest in the bottom lay. The words are not in the correct prose order. The correct prose orders are, first one, let us, within brackets, he said. The second one, rest lay in the bottom. Now coming to question number B. Explain the figures of speech in the following lines. First one, rest in the bottom lay. Pun because it is a play on words. The word rest has 2 meanings. The first meaning is the last one remaining. And the second meaning is a quality that helps us to stop doing something and to relax. Pun is a play on words. Now, coming to the next one. Bestow this jewel also on my creature. Metaphor because the gift of rest is implicitly compared to a jewel. Coming to the next one. And rest in nature, not the God of nature. Repetition because the word nature is repeated for emphasis. Coming to the next one. Write Critical appreciation of the poem in a paragraph format. You can refer to page number 5. Now you can write like this. The title of the poem is The Pulley. The poet is George Herbert. Each verse of the poem has 5 lines. The rhyme scheme of each verse is A, B, A, B, A. The chief figure of speech used in the poem is metaphor. The glass of blessings signifies the sum of all human qualities bestowed on man. The quality of rest or contentment is implicitly compared to a jewel. The other figures of speech are pun, inversion, paradox, etc. The central idea of the poem is the reason for man's continual restlessness all his life. According to the poet, this is because God withheld the quality of rest from man so that man's thoughts would ultimately turn towards God, who is the creator of man. Now, question number 7. Pun can be defined as play on words based on their different meanings. Example, writing with a broken pencil is pointless. In this poem, there is an example of pun. Find and make a sentence of your own. Share a joke with the class where the use of pun creates humor. This can be your homework. Now, because I have explained about pun in this poem, so you can do it as homework. Write a paragraph on the points in each block given below to get a summary on each of the 4 stanzas of the poem. I have explained the summary, so you can write the summary. Question number 8 is also for homework.